There comes a moment in life when you must understand that not everyone deserves to know your story. Some people will misuse it, some will misunderstand it, and others will diminish it. The truth is, your time is your most sacred treasure. How you use it determines the direction of your life. Not everyone deserves your story, because your story is your life, and your life is carried on the river of your energy. The truth is simple: your time follows your energy. Wherever your energy flows, your time flows. If you allow your energy to be scattered among people who do not value it, you will look back and realize that years have passed with nothing to show. Time is not wasted in numbers on a clock. Time is wasted when your energy is drained by things that give you nothing in return. Think of a candle burning in the open wind. The flame flickers, bends, and eventually dies. It is not that the candle lacked light, but that the energy was stolen by forces around it. This is how many people live their days, allowing others to blow against their flame, to pull from them, to consume their hours until little is left. To maximize your time, you must guard your energy like fire, for when your energy is protected, your time is multiplied. Notice how often people pour their energy into explaining themselves to those who never intended to understand. Give long answers to people who do not listen. They tell their story to those who will twist it. Spend countless hours in the company of those who will not remember a word they said. This is time leaking away. When you stop investing your energy in those who do not value it, you reclaim not just your words, but your hours, your days, your years. Energy is not infinite. Each morning you wake with a certain amount, like water in a vessel. Some use it wisely, pouring into actions that build them, into people who strengthen them, into moments that give meaning. Others waste it on conflict, on arguments, on defending themselves against empty criticism. By noon, they are exhausted, not because the day was long, because their energy was drained by things unworthy of it. And because their energy is gone, their time is gone with it. Your story, your energy, your time, these are sacred and they must be guarded. The more you scatter your energy, the more fragile your story becomes. The more you protect it, the more powerful your time becomes. Imagine a river flowing freely in one direction, carrying strength, carving valleys, shaping the land. Now imagine the same river split into 1,000 tiny streams, each one weak, shallow, and disappearing into the ground. The river that could carve mountains loses its strength. This is what happens when your energy is scattered. The power of your time disappears. When you gather your energy, you gather your life. This means choosing carefully where you speak, whom you share yourself with, and what you give your hours to. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Not every person deserves your story. Some people do not deserve your time simply because they will not honor it. Giving it to them makes you poorer, not richer. The secret to maximizing time is not trying to control the clock, but directing your energy. When you focus your energy, time bends for you. Have you ever noticed how when you are lost in something meaningful, hours feel like moments? When you are drained by meaningless things, even minutes feel like a burden. It is not time that changes. It is energy. Time is experienced through energy, and this is why you must guard it so carefully. Protecting your energy also means silence. When you do not waste your energy explaining yourself, you preserve your strength. When you choose not to fight battles that do not matter, you save your hours. When you withdraw your story from people who only want to consume it, you reclaim your life. Energy saved is time gained. Time gained is life extended. So, if you wish to maximize your time, learn to direct your energy with wisdom. Guard it as you would guard fire. Pour it only into what nourishes, into people who uplift, into work that matters, into silence that heals. Every breath you save from waste becomes a minute you reclaim. Every minute you reclaim becomes an hour of purpose. Every hour of purpose becomes a lifetime of meaning. Your time follows your energy. Protect your energy and you will protect your time. Protect your time and you will protect your story. And when your story is protected, your life becomes something no one can misuse, no one can diminish, no one can take away. Not everyone deserves your story because your story is not just words. It is your life, and your life is measured in the currency of time. Time is not endless. It is not something you can recover once it slips away. The truth is that your time follows your energy. Wherever your energy goes, your time will follow. If you invest your energy in people who do not value you, in activities that do not serve you, in thoughts that do not build you, you are spending your time in vain. It is not the ticking of the clock that steals your life. It is the scattering of your energy. Imagine each morning as a vessel of water placed in your hands. This water is your energy, your attention, your inner strength. Every drop that spills out is time you can never recover. Some pour it into conflicts that were never worth fighting. Pour it into conversations that go nowhere. Some pour it into people who drink and drink, yet never give back. And by the end of the day, wonder why their hours feel empty. The answer is simple: their time followed their energy into barren places. When you are careful with your energy, when you pour it into things that nourish you, into work that matters, into relationships that lift you higher, you discover something powerful. Your time becomes fruitful. Just as a river flowing into fertile soil gives life, your energy, when wisely placed, multiplies the value of your time. 1 hour invested in something meaningful will yield more than a full day wasted on what drains you. To maximize time, you must guard your energy because the two cannot be separated. Yet guarding your energy is not enough. To maximize time, you must also live with clarity of intention. Without intention, time slips away unnoticed, like sand falling through open fingers. Many live as though the day is just something to be survived, as though the hours are endless, as though they can always start tomorrow. But time is not endless. Each day is a page, and once written, cannot be erased. If you do not choose what story you are writing, someone else will write it for you. Clarity of intention means waking up each day knowing what matters. It means asking yourself, what do I seek in this moment? What is the direction of my energy? Without this clarity, you move in circles. You chase distractions, and distractions consume time faster than anything else. Have you noticed how quickly the hours disappear when you have no purpose? When you know what you are aiming for, every action, every choice, every conversation falls into place. Time begins to serve you instead of slipping from you. This is why not everyone deserves your story, because your story is tied to your intention. If you are clear about what you are building, about who you are becoming, then you cannot afford to give your words, your thoughts, your secrets, your energy to those who would only misdirect you. Sharing your story with the wrong person can pull you away from your intention. Sharing your time with the wrong activity can drain your energy. Both rob you of the clarity needed to move forward. Living with intention means you stop chasing everything. You learn to say no, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. You know what matters, so you do not waste yourself on what does not. With clarity, your time becomes sharp like a blade, cutting through distractions, moving directly toward what fulfills you. Without clarity, your time becomes dull, lost in endless noise, and you drift further from your purpose. Time and energy are two sides of the same truth, and intention is the compass that directs them both. Protect your energy and you protect your time. But without intention, even protected energy will wander. You must know what you are living for, so your energy and your time flow into the same direction. That is how you maximize your days. Is how your story is written with power and not wasted on empty pages. Not everyone deserves your story because your story is sacred. Shaped by your energy, it is guided by your intention, and it is written on the pages of your time. When you give your story carelessly, you let others hold the pen to your life. But when you guard your energy and walk with clarity of intention, your story becomes your own and your time becomes your greatest ally. Not everyone deserves your story because your story is sacred and it is written not only in words but in the way you live your hours, the way you direct your energy, the way you choose where to place yourself. The first truth you must understand is that your time follows your energy. Wherever your energy flows, your time flows. It is not the passing of minutes on the clock that wastes your life. It is the scattering of your attention, pouring of yourself into things that do not serve you. Each morning you awaken with a measure of strength, like water in a vessel, and you must decide carefully where it is poured. When you pour into arguments that lead nowhere, into conversations that bear no fruit, into people who only consume and never give, you will find yourself drained and wonder why the day has disappeared. Your time did not vanish, it followed your energy into barren ground. But when you guard your energy and direct it with wisdom, something changes. You realize that 1 hour invested in meaningful work is worth more than a whole day lost in distraction. You discover that when your energy is focused on what matters, time stretches, expands, and becomes full. Like a river flowing into fertile soil, your energy can turn even the smallest moment into something abundant, but only if you choose carefully where it goes. This is why not everyone deserves your story, because not everyone deserves your energy, and if they cannot honor your energy, they will waste your time. Yet guarding your energy is not enough. You must also walk with clarity of intention. So many lives are consumed not because time is short, but because purpose is absent. Without intention, the days blur together and life becomes nothing more than surviving. But when you live with clarity, each day becomes a step towards something greater. You do not need to know the entire path, you only need to know the next step. The question is simple: what do I want this day to mean? Without asking this, you drift, and drifting is the greatest thief of time. With intention, however, every moment gains direction. Even in silence, you are moving forward. Even in stillness, you are aligned. Clarity cuts away the unnecessary. It allows you to see what matters and what does not. It teaches you that time is not measured only in quantity, but in quality. Single hour lived with intention is richer than a whole week lived without it. It is the difference between wandering in circles and walking a straight path. This is why clarity is essential, because without it, your energy will be scattered, your time will be lost, and your story will be written by chance rather than by choice. And once you have clarity, you will face another challenge, the courage to say no. So many people waste their lives not because they lacked opportunities, because they tried to seize them all. Every yes you speak is also a no, for it closes the door to something else. Saying yes to every request, every demand, every distraction is a slow erosion of your time. To maximize time, you must learn the discipline of refusal. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your presence. Saying no does not make you unkind, it makes you wise. Think of your life as a garden. If you let every seed fall, your soil will be crowded and nothing will grow strong. If you choose carefully which seeds to plant, your garden will flourish. The same is true of your time. Each no you speak clears space for what truly matters. Each no protects your energy from being scattered. Each no ensures that your intention remains clear and your story remains your own. When you put these truths together, a pattern emerges. Your time follows your energy, so guard where you place it. Your time is shaped by intention, so live with clarity. And your time is protected by the strength to say no, so do not waste it on what does not serve you. Not everyone deserves your story, and not everything deserves your time. When you learn this, your hours are no longer lost to distraction, your days are no longer stolen by emptiness, and your life is no longer given away to those who cannot honor it. Not everyone deserves your story, because your story is the unfolding of your life, and your life is written moment by moment in how you use your time. The first truth is that your time follows your energy. It is not the numbers on the clock that measure the worth of your day, but the direction of your focus. Each morning you awaken with a limited supply of energy, like water carried in a vessel. Where you pour that water determines what grows in your life. Some pour it into endless conversations that bear no fruit. Some spill it into arguments that change nothing. Some waste it on people who consume without ever giving back. And at the end of the day, look at the hours and wonder where they went. Time did not vanish. It simply followed their energy into places that could not nourish them. But when you guard your energy and give it only to what matters, your time becomes multiplied. One focused hour of meaningful work is worth more than 10 scattered hours. Just as a river directed into fertile soil brings life, so your energy, when wisely directed, transforms the quality of your time. This is why not everyone deserves your story, because your story is built on your energy, and those who misuse it will also steal your time. The second truth is clarity of intention. Many people waste their days not because they lack time, but because they lack direction. Without clarity, life becomes a cycle of drifting, reacting, and surviving. Time slips away unnoticed, as though the hours are consumed by shadows. But when you awaken with intention, when you ask yourself what you seek, what truly matters, what will bring you closer to who you wish to become, time gains weight and meaning. You do not need to see the whole road. You only need to know the next step. When you live with clarity, your choices sharpen, your distractions fade, and your time aligns with your purpose. Without clarity, even your energy will be scattered. But with clarity, energy and time merge into one powerful flow. With clarity also comes the courage to say no. This is the third truth. Every yes you give is also a no to something else. When you say yes to what drains you, you are saying no to what could have nourished you. Life does not demand that you accept everything. It requires you to choose carefully. Saying no is not rejection, it is protection. It is protecting your time from being stolen by obligations that do not serve you. It is protecting your energy from being consumed by people who cannot honor it. It is protecting your clarity from being clouded by endless distractions. Without the ability to say no, you will live scattered, pulled in every direction with nothing to show. But when you learn to say no, your time becomes focused, your energy becomes strong, your life gains direction. And then comes silence. So much of time is wasted in noise, speaking without purpose, explaining without need, defending without end. Words can scatter energy just as surely as distractions can. Silence, however, gathers it. In silence, you hear yourself. In silence, your thoughts clear, your spirit calms, your presence deepens. Silence multiplies time because it saves you from wasting hours in meaningless noise. There is power in choosing not to respond, in letting your story unfold quietly, in reserving your words for moments that truly matter. Not everyone deserves to hear your voice, and not everyone deserves to hold your story. When you learn the discipline of silence, You stop giving away your time to those who would only misuse it. Time, energy, intention, silence. Together, they weave a pattern. Your time will always follow your energy, so protect it. Your time requires clarity, so live with purpose. Your time is safeguarded by the strength to say no, so do not give it away lightly. And your time is multiplied by silence, so let your stillness speak louder than wasted words. Not everyone deserves your story, because your story is sacred when you guard it with energy, clarity, discipline, and silence. You discover that your time is not only maximized but transformed into a life that truly belongs to you. Not everyone deserves your story because your story is not just the words you speak, it is the way your time is spent, the way your days are shaped, and the way your life is written moment by moment. The first truth to remember is that your time follows your energy. Where your energy goes, your hours go with it. Each morning you wake with a measure of strength, a flame that can light the path before you. If you let others blow against that flame with endless distractions, with arguments that lead nowhere, with conversations that carry no depth, your light will flicker and your time will be stolen. People often believe they are losing time to the ticking of the clock. In truth, they are losing it to the scattering of their energy. Guard your energy carefully, for when you direct it wisely, even one focused hour becomes more powerful than a whole day lost in distraction. Clarity of intention is the second truth. Without clarity, energy is easily wasted and your time slips away unnoticed. Life without intention is like walking without a destination. Every step may feel busy, but you never arrive anywhere. When you live with clarity, your hours align with your purpose. You may not see the full path, but you must know what you are walking toward. Ask yourself, what do I want this day to mean? What one step will bring me closer to who I wish to become? Clarity is the compass that turns ordinary time into meaningful progress. Without it, you wander. With it, you advance. Comes the courage to say no. Every yes you give is also a no, for it closes the door to something else. Many people lose their lives not because they lacked opportunities, but because they said yes to too many of them. To maximize your time, you must learn to refuse what does not serve you. Saying no is not rejection, it is protection. It protects your energy from being drained, your clarity from being clouded, and your time from being wasted. Think of your life as a garden. If you plant every seed thrown your way, your soil will be crowded and your harvest weak. But if you plant only what you choose, the garden will flourish. The same is true of your time. Your no creates the space where what matters can grow. Silence is the fourth truth, and it is one of the most underestimated. Much time is lost in words spoken without purpose, in explanations no one needed, in arguments that never end. Words scatter energy, but silence gathers it. In silence you find yourself. In silence you see what matters. In silence your spirit deepens and your time multiplies. When you choose silence over noise, you stop wasting hours justifying yourself to those who will not understand and defending yourself against those who do not care. Not everyone deserves to hear your story, and not everyone deserves your words. Sometimes the greatest power is in silence, because silence preserves your time while noise drains it. And then there is discipline, the guardian of your hours. Many people wait for motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It rises and falls like the wind. Discipline is different. Discipline keeps you moving when you do not feel like it. Discipline protects your time by keeping you consistent, by guiding your actions not by mood but by commitment. Without discipline, procrastination eats away at your hours, and wasted hours turn into wasted years. Discipline is not a chain, it is freedom, for it frees you from the tyranny of delay and distraction. A disciplined life is a life where time is respected And when time is respected, life itself is honored. Time, energy, intention, silence, discipline, they are woven together like threads in the same fabric. Where your energy goes, your time follows. When your intention is clear, your time gains direction. When you say no, your time is protected. When you embrace silence, your time is preserved. When you live with discipline, your time is multiplied. Not everyone deserves your story, for your story is sacred, and it must be written with care, with protection, and with wisdom. To give it to those who cannot honor it is to waste the only thing you cannot reclaim, your time. Not everyone deserves your story. Your story is not only the words you speak, it is the rhythm of your days. The way you guard your hours, the way your life is shaped by what you choose to honor and what you choose to release. First truth is that your time always follows your energy. It is not the numbers on a measure whether your day was wasted or fruitful. It is where your attention was placed. Each morning you are given a measure of strength, and this strength is like a flame. If you scatter it carelessly, hours are consumed without meaning. But when you guard your energy and give it only to what matters, time bends and multiplies. One focused hour becomes greater than a day lost in distraction. That is why you cannot pour your energy into everyone. Not all people honor it. Where your energy is not valued, your time disappears without return. The second truth is clarity of intention. So many live their lives busy but aimless. They move, but they do not advance. They spend, but they do not invest. Without intention, time is like water leaking through cupped hands. It cannot be held. But when you awaken with clarity, each action has meaning. Each hour is tied to a purpose. You do not need to see the whole road, but you must know the next step. Ask yourself daily, what am I moving toward? What will give my time weight and direction? With clarity, even small moments are purposeful. Without it, even long days are empty. The third truth is learning to say no. So much time is lost because people are afraid of disappointing others. Say yes to requests that drain them, yes to obligations that distract them, yes to conversations that steal their peace. Every yes you give is a no to something else. To protect your time, you must learn the courage of refusal. Saying no does not make you cold, it makes you wise. It is a way of protecting your energy so that your yes can be powerful when it is given. Of your time as soil, if you let every seed fall upon it, nothing will grow strong. But when you choose carefully, your harvest will flourish. The fourth truth is silence. Words carry energy, and often people waste hours in endless explanations, in defending themselves, in noise that bears no fruit. Silence gathers energy, while noise scatters it. When you choose silence, you reclaim your hours. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence, depth, strength. It allows you to hear yourself, to hear life, to see clearly what matters. Not everyone deserves to hear your voice, because your voice is part of your story, and your story is sacred. When you embrace silence, you stop pouring time into places where it is not honored. The fifth truth is discipline. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline carries you forward even when you do not feel like it. Discipline protects your time by keeping you consistent, by preventing procrastination from eating away your days. Without discipline, time is lost in waiting, in hesitation, in delay. With discipline, every action builds upon the last, and your story unfolds with strength. Discipline is not a chain. It is freedom, for it frees you from being ruled by mood. A disciplined life is one where time is respected, and when time is respected, your life is shaped with intention and power. The sixth truth is alignment. It is not enough to be busy. Even a ladder climbed quickly is wasted if it leans against the wrong wall. Alignment means that your actions match your values, your steps are moving in the direction of the person you wish to become. Many lose years climbing in the wrong direction, chasing what the world says matters while ignoring what their soul truly seeks. This is the greatest loss of time, not slowness, but misdirection. When you pause to align your life, to ensure that your daily choices reflect your deeper truth, then every hour gains meaning. Alignment ensures that your time is not only well spent, but well lived. Your time follows your energy, so guard it. Your time requires intention, so live with clarity. Your time is preserved by the power to say no, so choose carefully. Your time is multiplied in silence, so let your stillness speak. Your time is protected by discipline, so stay consistent. And your time is given depth by alignment, so walk in the direction of your values. Not everyone deserves your story, for your story is sacred. And when you protect it through energy, clarity, refusal, silence, discipline, and alignment, you transform your days into something that cannot be wasted. Not everyone deserves your story, because your story is not for display, it is for those who honor the weight of it. Life is too short to scatter the sacred across careless hands. Your story is not measured in words, but in the way you spend your hours, the way you protect your energy, the way you choose what matters. The first truth is that your time always follows your energy. You may think you are guided by the clock, but in truth, you are guided by focus. If your focus is scattered, your day is consumed. If your focus is sharp, 1 hour becomes greater than a day. That is why you must guard where your energy flows, for not every person, every demand, not every thought deserves it. When you waste energy on the unworthy, you lose time you can never regain. The second truth is clarity of intention. Many live their lives in constant motion, but movement without direction is only restlessness. A person can run for years and still remain in the same place if there is no clarity guiding them. Time has no meaning unless it is tied to purpose. You do not need to know the full map of life. You must know the next step that aligns with your truth. Ask yourself daily, toward what am I moving? For when you walk with intention, even the smallest action has weight, but when you drift without it, even great effort dissolves into nothing. Third truth is the courage to say no. You cannot maximize your time if you live under the weight of everyone's expectations. Every yes you speak is a piece of your life you give away. Many lose years because they feared disappointing others, because they agreed to burdens that did not belong to them. To say no is not rejection, it is protection. It protects your energy, your focus, your destiny. It ensures that when you give a yes, it is a yes that matters, a yes that carries strength. Time is not multiplied by pleasing everyone. It is multiplied by honoring what is essential. The fourth truth is silence. Words are powerful, yet words are also thieves of time when they are wasted on endless explanations, arguments, or attempts to prove yourself. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. In silence, you reclaim the hours that noise would steal. Silence gathers energy. Silence protects your story. Silence deepens your presence. Not everyone deserves to hear your voice, because your voice is part of your story, and your story is holy ground. When you embrace silence, you learn to speak only where your words carry weight, and this alone transforms the way time serves you. The fifth truth is discipline. Without it, time evaporates. Undisciplined wait for motivation, but motivation is a passing wind. Discipline builds steadily, even when you do not feel like moving. Discipline transforms scattered days into structured growth. Discipline is the bridge between desire and manifestation. It keeps procrastination from stealing your future and laziness from devouring your hours. Discipline is not a prison. It is freedom, because it frees you from the rule of mood and brings consistency that multiplies results. The sixth truth is alignment. You may run with energy, clarity, refusal, silence, and discipline, yet still waste your life if your ladder leans against the wrong wall. Alignment means your actions match your deepest values. It means your life is moving in the direction of your true self, in the direction the world shouts for you to follow. Many lose years chasing shadows, climbing toward what does not fulfill them, gathering what cannot satisfy. Alignment ensures that your time is not merely busy but meaningful, not merely full but fruitful. The seventh truth is presence. Time is not only lost in distraction, it is lost in absence. To live but not to be present is the greatest tragedy. Past drains energy with regret, the future drains energy with worry, but the present is where power lives. When you are fully here, you feel, you notice, you act with awareness. A single hour of true presence carries more life than a year lived unconsciously. Presence magnifies clarity, sharpens discipline, deepens silence, strengthens alignment. To give your full self to the moment is to honor time in its purest form. Not everyone deserves your story because your story is the unfolding of your energy, your clarity, your discipline, your silence, your alignment, your presence. Time is the canvas of your life, and every choice is a stroke upon it. When you guard what is sacred, when you choose who receives your attention, when you live with presence and alignment, your story is not wasted. It becomes eternal. Not everyone deserves your story, for your story is not a tale to be handed out freely. It is the very fabric of your days, the way you guard your hours, the way you live with intention, the way you refuse to give the most sacred parts of yourself to places where they are not honored. First truth is that your time follows your energy. You may count hours on a clock. It is your energy that decides whether those hours are alive or wasted. Energy scattered into worry, distraction, or people who do not value you becomes time lost forever. Energy poured into purpose becomes time multiplied. Guard your energy and you guard your story. The second truth is clarity of intention. Without intention, life becomes busy but hollow. So many run quickly yet move nowhere because they do not know where their steps are meant to lead. Intention gives weight to every action, direction to every hour. You may not see the full picture, but if you know the next step that matters, your time becomes meaningful. Intention turns ordinary minutes into bricks laid toward destiny. Without it, even years dissolve into nothingness. Third truth is the courage to say no. Every yes is a portion of your life given away, and many lose themselves by saying yes to what does not serve them. They agree out of fear, out of guilt, out of habit. Their days become crowded with demands that do not belong to them. To say no is an act of strength, for it protects your time for what truly matters. When you say no to the lesser, you say yes to the greater. When you say no to the draining, you say yes to the meaningful. Not everyone deserves your yes, because not everyone deserves your time. The fourth truth is silence. Too much of life is wasted in noise, arguments that prove nothing, explanations that change nothing, conversations that empty rather than fill. Silence is a shield. Silence is a keeper of energy. It teaches you that not every truth needs to be spoken. Not every thought needs to be shared. Every story needs to be told. Silence allows you to hear yourself, to see clearly, to protect the sacred. In silence, time gathers strength instead of scattering into words that mean little. The fifth truth is discipline. Without discipline, even clear intentions dissolve. Discipline carries you forward when desire fades, when mood shifts, when the easy path tempts you. Discipline is the structure that protects time from being swallowed by procrastination and hesitation. It is the steady hand that turns scattered efforts into growth. Discipline is not a burden, it is a gift because it shapes time into something purposeful and prevents your story from being written in fragments. The sixth truth is alignment. Even if you are disciplined, even if you say no, even if you are silent and intentional, all of it can be wasted if your steps do not align with who you truly are. Many climb ladders quickly. The ladders lean against the wrong walls. Alignment means your values match your actions, your heart matches your path. When you are aligned, your time carries weight because each hour is building toward the life that reflects your deepest truth. The seventh truth is presence. To live distracted is to live half alive. So much time is wasted not because it was empty, but because it was missed. The mind wandered to the past, the mind feared the future, and the present was lost. Presence is the art of being here fully, of tasting the moment, of giving your attention completely. 1 hour of true presence carries more life than years of absent living. When you are present, time itself deepens. The eighth truth is the power of letting go. Time is wasted when you cling to what has already ended, to people who have already walked away, to mistakes that cannot be changed, to opportunities that no longer belong to you. Holding on chains your energy, and chained energy consumes your hours. Letting go frees you. It clears the space for new growth, new connections, new purpose. To let go is to honor your time enough not to drag it into the weight of yesterday. Your story is written in energy, in intention, in courage, in silence, in discipline, in alignment, in presence, and in letting go. Not everyone deserves your story because not everyone values the sacred weight of time. When you live with these truths, your days are not wasted. Your energy is not scattered. Your story becomes a testament of a life well guarded, well lived, and deeply honored. Your story is not a currency to be spent cheaply. It is a treasure to be guarded carefully. Protect your energy, walk with intention, say no with courage, embrace the power of silence, live in discipline, move in alignment, dwell in presence, and release what no longer serves you. When you do, your time is no longer scattered. It becomes a force, a river that carves destiny itself. Not everyone deserves your story. Those who do will see in it the reflection of a life lived with strength, with clarity, and with unshakable purpose.